To the stumbling blocks, I just slipped on cracks. It's commandment laws, so we need to stay on track. Your heart as a house at mercy, put it on my back. One body with your house shy, no, so we can't move slack.
Slave Bible, you know, that time of them, man. There was a slave Bible, there was telling a man to read that. You understand? Go show the brother why we're Israelites. This is why we're Israelites.
This is the book. 45, yeah? This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee.
All these curses shall come on Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the children of Israel. Yeah? Okay.
And overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
So we've been destroyed, bro. As a nation, you can see that. We don't know who we are. Man, I'm black British, or you're African American, or you're West African, or you're West Indian. That's not in the Bible, cuz. There's Egypt's in the Bible. You got Ethiopia's in the Bible. These are countries we know today. So you got to say, okay, who are we in the Bible? True. Right? Go on.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice
Old English, we never listen.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
Okay, they're for a sign. If you want to buy tobacco, look, you look at that's the tobacco sign. That's where you go to buy tobacco. If you want to look at these curses, this is the sign. These are the Ishmaelites. All right, we're gonna go.
And for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Okay. From the seed means from the forefathers, not the mothers, more the seed of the fathers forever. Generational curses, bro. We're going through generational curses. Chapter 50, verse 54.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
So, bro, we gotta admit, when we greeted you, bro, it was calm. It's tender and delicate. But until man step on man's crest, until man say, bro, this is my block. Man, I'm doing what? Man, I'm even anti, innit? But we're tender and delicate if we come on the right vibes. Alright, go on.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Bro, what ends you from? South. Alright, you got PYG, you got PDC, you got the damn Black Gang, Red Gang, you got Tottenham, you got Wood Green, you got the damn MPK, Farm and them OFB, you got the LD and them and the 24s and that. You got all these different gangs and that, different codes. Why? Because his eye is evil towards his brother. Jamaica, PNP, JLP, Birmingham, the Burgers, the Johnsons. Anywhere we go, bro. You got the Los Santos, man, them. Right? Even with the Mexicans, bro. Latinos. There are people as well. Understand?
And they fight against each other.
They fight. There's wars. There's family feuds. Cartel feuds, bro. This is eyes evil against each other. Even the blacks is against the Hispanics sometimes.
Politic.
Right?
And toward the wife of his bosom.
And look, wife of his bosom, bro. Domestics in the household, bro. Domestic violence in the household, bro.
It's like that, isn't it?
We've grown up with that. Some of us actually seen that in our own mums, and that we don't want to say it's hard to admit it, but we've grown up with that domestics in the household, bro. Right,
and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
And then now it's a single parent household. Mommy's saying, I'm daddy, I'm mommy now. The dad left me, he's gone with the other girl.
How much brothers you need for baby mama?
Yeah, bare baby mama dramas and that. Because look, this is a scripture, bro. Give me 68.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So now, he went into slavery. Egypt's another word for bondage, captivity, slavery. Okay. We went into this captivity with ships by the rivers of Babylon, where we sat down, we wept, and we remember we be carried away to captivity. We've got new tunes, we've got tunes about that. By the rivers of Babylon. You get me? We've got tunes, we chant about that, bro. We've been in captivity, bro. Go on, read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
We're not going to see our homeland again.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
These are not our friends. These are not our friends. Hermione, Harry Potter. These people, they're not our friends.
Blair, Stacy, all of them.
Charles, Harry, Bob. You know what I mean? Hendrix and them. They're not our friends. You know what I mean? They're our enemies. They're not our brother. They're not your neighbor. Yeah, go on.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
And what do we have? Birth certificates. marriage certificates, death certificates, bonds. To right, because you gotta summon yourself to the court. It's not a summons. It's because you're bonds, right? Bond men and bond women.
And no man shall buy you.
And we're not going to have no Black Lives Matter, Black Panther movement get together. There's no one getting themselves out of this reparations and that. That's mad. So the Messiah's coming to send judgment upon them for what they've done to us. That's how we're getting out of this situation. We're looking to it, and at the same time, I want to blessing and that's what I was saying. Thank you for your time, bro. So your nationality, bro, is an Israelite.
Cool,
You're
bro.
an Israelite. But we're looking to it, I got it. Peace and love. Peace and love. Love. The strongest, bro.
The strongest, man.
They're the chosen,
And
bro.
don't give them your seed, you know.
Don't give them your seed, bro. Calm, Yeshua.
Calm yourself.
Calm. Hey, yo, man. Yeah, man. Hey, first and foremost, man, we're gonna give. Come. Join us, bro. That was beautiful, man. That was wonderful, man. Alright, we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahar, Ruach, Kadash. Alright, double honors to the elders from the house of David that rule and teach well. Alright, and salutations to the listeners out there, man. To the brothers building themselves up in the spirit. And yeah, man, just come close to King, as much close as possible. And why do the heathens rage, man? Why are they laughing and us, man? You understand? They're all pissed off, they're all laughing and that. I let them do what they're gonna do, man. So today, what we got is go to the. Well, it's a beautiful day. Right now, it's the new year. They like to call it the new year, right? But do Daniel 7:25. Daniel 7:25. Got those. Daniel 7:25. Just bring it on the phone. Yeah, man, it's a beautiful time we're in, man.
This is Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws.
And do what?
And
Think to change times and laws.
Alright, don't speak great words against the Most High and think to change the times and the laws, man. So what we have to do spiritually, go back to the times of the scriptures, rehearsing the righteous acts. Like 12 o'clock till 12 o'clock ain't how we keep the times. We go by sundown to sundown. From evening and the day, that was the first day, right? What?
That's right. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and
The
dividing of time.
Yeah, 3.5, man. Alright? A time dividing of times. He ain't got a long time. Alright? He's only got it for a little time. They're thinking they're going to have it forever. They're very proud. Alright? So yeah, they're going to signify to Israel when is the new year. When is the biblical new year? Read.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 1.
Luke chapter 2, verse 1.
This book of Luke, chapter 2, and verse 1. And it reads, And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed.
Alright, so now all the world should be taxed. And this time was the time when Joseph and Mary went to where? Jerusalem. He was going the way to Jerusalem, and he ended up where? In Bethlehem. Understand? Because while on the way there, she was with child and she had to do with the Messiah. So she had to stop in their tracks and just said, look, let's just stop here and do with the Messiah here. Understand? And then they couldn't end up finishing off their journey because the wise men said, yo, the king's gonna end up coming to find you, keep it pushing. And he went and hid in Egypt and so on and so forth. But this was the time of the world when it was meant to be taxed. Alright, keep reading. Go to that verse.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 2. And this taxing was the first made when Cyrus, the governor of Syria, went out all to be taxed, everyone into his own city.
Go on.
And Joseph also went up from Galilee,
Yeah.
out of the city of Nazareth,
That's right.
into Judea,
Yeah.
unto the city of David,
Yeah.
which is called Bethlehem,
Alright, Bethlehem, go on.
because he was of the house of the lineage of David.
It was a spiritual thing why he was there. Alright, we're not going to dwell too much into that story, but go on, keep going.
To be taxed with Mary, his espoused
Go on.
wife, being great with child.
That's why that's where they needed to be in Bethlehem. Everyone had to get taxed where their fathers dwelt, right? And then David, Boaz, so on and so forth, Jesse, they all came from Bethlehem, right? Go on.
And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. She brought forth her firstborn son, wrapped in a swaddling clothes,
Go on.
and laid him in a manger,
Yeah.
because there was no room for them in the inn.
Yeah.
And there, in the same country,
Go on.
shepherds abided in the field.
Shepherds abided in the field. Shepherds are not abiding in the field in winter time. They're not doing that. All right? Shepherds abide in the field in when? The springtime. All right, go on, keep reading.
Keeping watch over their flock by night.
And that's what they done. And they have to keep watch over the flock by night. All right, go on. You know, bro.
This is Joel 2 and verse 23.
Songs of
Be
Solomon.
glad then, ye children of Zion, and rejoice in Yahweh your power.
Yeah.
For he hath given you the former rain moderately.
The former rain moderately. Go
And
on.
he will cause to come down for you the rain, the former rain and the latter rain in the first month.
All right, that's the former rains, the latter rain in the first month. Hey, come on, if anyone's been noticing, all right, a lot of camps, they're keeping the Passovers way when there was no rain around. I'm looking outside, I'm thinking it's a seasonal thing. You're in the wrong season, there's the wrong equinox. All right, we have to go by the seasons. So a lot of people are saying, no, don't judge man in the feast or the new moons, all right, or don't judge man in the meat. But we gotta be spiritual with this. We have to go by the commandments of the verses, man. Now we know, we were saying this many times, there's no 13 months in the Bible. There's no additional 12, additional Adar in the Bible. We know that, right? But we have to know a bit starts in the spring, all right? And we're gonna keep that spiritual vibration, okay? Go on, keep it in.
There's more.
Yeah, go on.
24. And the floors shall be full of wheat,
Yeah.
and the fat shall overflow with wine and oil.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. No, that's it. And that's what happens in the springtime, all right? There's gonna be wheat, there's gonna be fats and oil and that. Yeah, go on, read that, bro.
This is the book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 3.
Go on.
As the apple tree among the trees of the wood, so is my beloved among the sons.
Is that verse 3? Yeah. Go on. See? All right.
I
Go on.
sat down under his shadow with great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste.
All right. So yeah, no, that's talking about. I was talking about a woman giving.
Yeah. To start now. But carry on.
Go to verse 11. Go to verse 11.
Verse 11.
That's talking about a woman. She can pleasure her man how in a nice way. Understand? That's not talking about.
Songs of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 11.
Yeah, go to
For
it.
lo, the winter is past,
Yeah.
the rain is over and gone. The flowers appear on the earth, and the time of singing of birds is come.
Yeah. All right. So this time of singing of birds has come. All right. Go on.
And the voice of the turtle is heard in our land.
And that's what you got, the turtle dove. Alright? There was no doves heard when them certain camps were keeping the Passover when it was winter time, man. That was the winter season. You understand? Now we're seeing the sun coming out a bit more brighter. The leaves are budding now. You understand? The birds are chirping, the birds have come back from their hibernation. This is a spiritual vibration, man. And it's starting to rain. Right? Go to you got it there, yeah? Psalms 104 and 10.
This is Psalms 104 verse 10.
You can
He
get me,
sendeth the springs into the
John
valleys
10:22.
which run among the hills.
Yeah.
They gave drink to every beast of the field.
did what?
They gave drink to every beast of the field.
Look, that don't happen in the winter seasons, man. Everything's icy, man. Go on.
The wild asses quench their thirst.
Alright.
By them shall the fowls of the heaven have their habitation,
And look, the fowls are coming back, man. Go on.
which sing among the branches.
And they do what? They sing among the branches. The birds are saying, Kahala Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Kahala Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Again, the birds are singing to Yahweh, man. Alright, read.
Right. He watereth the hills from his chambers. The earth is satisfied with the fruit of thy works.
Go on.
He causeth the grass to grow
He causes what?
He causes the grass to grow.
Look, the things are not growing in winter time. The seasons that they were talking, I did not see nothing budding. No, even it says even the Aaron's staff, it budded in a bit in the month a bit, man. Alright, go on here.
He causeth the grass to grow for the cattle and herb for the service of man, that he may bring forth food out of the earth.
Finish at verse 18. Go on.
And the wine that maketh glad the heart of man, and oil to make his face to shine.
And look, the oil makes his face to shine. There's no shiny faces in winter time. You're looking dry out, bro. You're looking crusty, man. You know what I mean? The oil making your face to shine in the spring, man. Alright, go on.
And bread which strengtheneth man's heart. The trees of Yahweh are full of sap. The cedars of Lebanon which he hath planted, where the birds make their nests. As for the stalk, the fir trees are her house.
Yeah, so they've come back from the... Go to verse 1 more time.
Verse 1. He sendeth the springs into the...
He does what?
He sendeth the springs.
into the valley.
He does what?
He sendeth the spring into the valley.
That's what we're waiting for, man. We're waiting for the springtime and that energy of Abib, man. That first month, the month of Abib, man. Alright, go to the go to Maccabees 4:52, and then go to 59. Alright. Yeah, bring that out while he's finding it.
This is the book of John, chapter 10, verse 22. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication.
Jerusalem, the feast of dedication. Go on.
And it was winter.
And it was what?
And it was winter.
Winter time. Alright? It was winter time. You can't be having the feast of dedication at winter time, and feast of dedication is what month? The 9th month, man. It's the 9th month, man. That's way when we had that was like dedication was in what is it like November times? Yeah, man.
3 months.
Because we do it by the moons, innit? So we don't. It was 3 months ago, man. Madness. Madness, man. Alright, read that, bro.
This is the book of John, chapter 10, verse 22. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was winter.
Yeah, that's it. That's a haymaker there. We could have brought that out last. That was a haymaker there. Winter time is for feast of dedications, man. So that is winter time. How are you gonna have that in December times? And that was, you're calling that January the new, calling that the new,
The new year.
the new year.
Spring.
January.
1st of January, innit? They say. For the heathens, innit?
Dedications was January, December. We're saying November, December. That's wrong. It's January, December. Go on, get that one, Maccabees.
This is Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 52.
Go on.
Now on the 25th day of the 9th month, which is called the month Caslu, in the 148 years they rose up.
This is the Feast of Dedications, alright? If we want to get into it, right? Go on. The 9th month, go on.
They rose up betimes in the morning.
Go on.
Verse 59 says, moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel ordained that the days of the dedication of the altar should be kept in their season from year to year.
Alright, so yeah, we keep the Feast of Day. Go 59. Jump to 59. Oh, yeah.
By the space of 8 days, from the 25th day of the month Caslu, with mirth and gladness.
Jeremiah 36 and 22. Yeah, so that's the month Caslor, yeah? That's when we keep, that's in the month December, January times. We kept that way, that's not the new year, man. That's the Feast of Dedication, winter time. Read that, bro.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 36 and verse 22. Now the king sat in the winter house in the 9th month.
In the 9th month.
And there was a fire on the hearth burning before him.
Yeah, that's it, man. Hosea 6 and 3. So the January the 1st, all of that New Year resolution bullshit. Man, sorry, though I be rude in speech. Yeah, we're bringing out knowledgeable stuff right now. Okay, precepts upon precepts. That is rubbish, man. You changing the times and laws, man. You guys, you heathens, man. Alright, Madness. Read that, bro.
Hosea 6:3. Then shall we know if we follow on to know Yahweh.
James 5.
His going forth is prepared as the morning, and he shall come unto us as the rain, and as the latter and former rain unto the earth.
So that's the point, man. That's how we start the year. The latter rains, the form. That's what I was saying about the rains. It weren't raining for you guys. Read that, bro.
This is the book of James, chapter 5, verse 7.
It was
Be
raining.
patient.
It was raining just a minute ago, wasn't it?
Can't.
We had to get I got my umbrella in my bag.
The last few days it was raining.
Bro, I walk with my little umbrella thing, not the short thing, so it can go quick. Come on. It's rainy season. If you're walking right now without your umbrella, it's because you want to get wet.
This is the book of James, chapter 5, verse 7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for his precious
And the
fruit.
husbandman means the farmer. The farmers, that's what they do. They know when the seasons are, man. All right. Even Noah, they all know when the times are, because all the animals have their own ways of doing things with the eggs when they drop. All of them have got a season. You understand? All right. The farmers are very, very spiritual when it comes to the times and the signs, man. All right. Go on, read. Husbandman waits for the latter rain. Go on.
Husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth.
And not every fruit of the earth is meant to just go to Sainsbury's. Oh, I can go get a mango in the damn winter time. No, mangoes have a season, man. Fruits have a season. Kiwis have a season. Avocados have a season. Right? It's not like certain of your fruits that just grow any time of the year, fam. No. But certain fruits do grow any time of the year, but no, not all fruits do. You understand? Go on, read.
And have long patience for it, until he received the early and the later rain.
The what?
And the latter rain.
and
The early
and the latter
rains, man. You need the early and latter rains. Go on, bro.
Right. This is Zechariah chapter 10 and verse 1. Ask ye of Yahweh rain in the time of the latter rain.
Exodus.
So Yahweh shall make bright clouds and give them showers of rain.
And that's the point, right?
To every one grass in the field.
All right, and that's when the grass comes, man. The latter rains and the rains. That's the new year. All right, read.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 1.
Finish at 2, King. Deuteronomy 16.
And Yahweh spoke unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying,
The Most High spoke to Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt. Go on.
This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
So that's the beginning of the month, all right? This is the beginning of the month. Go on, read.
It shall be the first month of the year to you.
And it's the what?
The
It shall be
first
the month of the year to you.
All right, the first month of the year. Go on.
Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel.
Yeah, no, wait, no, finish on that. Yeah, go on, read that.
This is Deuteronomy 16 and verse 1. Observe the month of Abib.
The verb, the what?
Observe the month of Abib.
Go on.
And keep the Passover unto Yahweh thy power. For in the month of Abib, Yahweh thy power brought thee forth out of Egypt by night.
All right, so this is the first month. Exodus 12 and 1, Deuteronomy 16. You correlate the precept upon the precept. Abib is the first month of the year. When is this? Since springtime, the early rains, latter rains. It's a seasonal thing. It's it's when the equinox happens. And it's not just that. It's not just, oh, this is the 12th month's done. You got to look when the birds come. You got to look for the rain to come. You got to look for the things to grow. It's a spiritual thing, man. These seasons when they come, man.
Can't. Is
Yeah,
it?
because without all of that, how can you say it's that?
How can you say it's that?
Yeah.
When you're still in the winter
Yeah.
solstice.
You're not hearing that. You're not hearing that.
Birds
The
chirping.
bird
Yeah,
saying,
hear them now.
you're not hearing the bird saying, can't lie, how about Shem Yahushai, man.
Hibernating.
Yeah,
Can't.
they've been happening. You're in the winter time. You're not going along with the scripture, man. You're going along with your own feelings, basically, man.
Salakia.
Huh?
That's when they say like April showers and that, innit?
Yeah.
It comes in that time.
April showers is another word of saying early and latter rains. That's another way of saying it.
Remember, Salaki, we know that the fowls of the air, like ducks and swans and stuff, they fly south for the winter.
Yes.
Yes.
So when it's cold, they don't stay in the area of in the winter time. But when you see them back in the habitation, you can see spring is coming through, because that's when they start to lay eggs and the egg starts to hatch. So you can tell when ducks and like the fowls of the air are back in the land as well, that we're coming into that spring season because they're ready to bring forth the seedlings. Because that's what they're called. Ducklings are called like the seedlings as well, innit?
You know the thing though. But some other camps and some other brothers might go, but you know what? To each their own, man. Alright? Get that in Colossians. Give me that quickly. Colossians 2:16. Colossians 2:16. Bring that out quick.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 16.
Yeah.
And it reads, "Let no man therefore judge in meat, or in drink, or in respect of an holy day, or in of a new moon, or of the Sabbath days."
Yeah, so look, man, you've done it, you're rehearsing the righteous acts. Keep reading. I think it says, this is a shadow.
That their hearts might be comforted,
Go on.
being knit together in love,
Go on.
and unto all riches of the full assurance.
No. 2,
And 16, slack your man.
16, and goes to 17.
Slack your. Which are the shadow
Go,
of
say it,
things
read
to
it,
come.
bring it out,
This is
bring
the
it
book of
Colossians 2 and verse 17.
Which are a shadow of things to come,
So all of these,
by the body of Hamashiach.
all of these things we're doing is a rehearsal of righteous acts. All right, we're not going to be over righteous much and too over indulgent in it, but the best of our ability, we're gonna like, you know what I mean, like the lamb. It's meant to be without
Blemish.
without blemish. It's not meant to be broken. Right, the bones can't be broken. All them things. We know we keep the sacrifice now with the fruit of our lips. Understand? There's precepts upon precepts for this. So Salaki, we'll bring out the precepts, but maybe at a later date. But right now I'm just paraphrasing, right? Israel, you know what we're saying if you know. Bring this up.
This is Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel,
That's right.
and say unto them, concerning the feast of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. Oh yeah, so like four. Yeah, it's Leviticus.
So these are the feasts for the children of Israel, right? Read.
Leviticus 23 and verse 4.
Judges 5.
These are the feasts of Yahweh, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
Proclaim in the seasons. The correct seasons. All right, go on.
In the 14th day of the first month at even is Yahweh's Passover.
Yeah.
And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto Yahweh. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh 7 days. And in the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. So look, go to the part where it talks about the that we read earlier about the bread.
That's it.
About the
Deuteronomy.
Yeah, you know the about the meat. All right. We gotta keep it like it's like a Sabbath, but we're allowed to kindle fire. All right. We're not allowed to be buying and selling on that day. All right. But you're allowed to kindle fire. All right. Go on.
Shall I read it from the top here?
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 16 and verse 1. Observe the month of Abib and keep the Passover unto Yahweh thy power. For in the month of Abib, Yahweh thy power brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. Thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto Yahweh thy power of the flock and of the herd in the place which Yahweh shall choose to place his name there. Thou shalt eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread therewith, even the bread of affliction. For thou camest forth out of the land of Egypt in haste, that thou mayest remember the day when thou camest forth out of the land of Egypt.
So look, we're just rehearsing we're going to be rehearsing these acts for April the 5th. We're trying to get together with anyone that's been following us, that's been diligently seeking out through the vine of Israel. You know what I mean? You're more than welcome to come and hold the Passover with the brothers. You understand? circumcised and uncircumcised alike. If you're, you know what I mean, there's no, we're not shunning anyone that's uncircumcised. Understand? Because we know that a lot of Israel weren't even, Moses himself wasn't even circumcised when the Passover actually happened.
I don't know.
You understand? So all of that right now is to say, look, it's good if you're circumcised, but we're not going to hold that against you. There's certain procedures during the vibrations of the feast you won't be able to uphold, but you can more than welcome to come along. You understand? More than welcome to come along, man. Alright, go on.
Verse 4, and there shall be no leavened bread seen with thee in all thy coasts 7 days, neither shall there anything of the flesh which thou sacrificest the first day at even remain all night until the morning. Thou mayest not sacrifice the Passover within any of the gates which Yahweh thy power giveth thee, but at the place which Yahweh thy power shall choose to place his name in, there thou shalt sacrifice the Passover at even.
Alright, so look, that's when we do it, at evening, right? So look, we might not be able to get the whole Shai is our sacrifice. Understand? So we know that, but which is all. Give me Judges 5 and 11.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11.
Whole Shai is our sacrifice.
And it reads, they are that delivered from the noise. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of the villages in Israel. Then shall the people of Yahweh go down to the gates.
Is that it?
Alright, so look, that's the rehearsing of the righteous acts. It's a rehearsal. So now, okay, the lamb can be cooked after sundown, at evening. You can do that. You know what I mean? So that's little things that we can rehearse to do. You know what I mean? Getting the bitter herbs, the coriander or the parsley. You know what I mean? Certain things like that. The unleavened bread, getting wine. You know what I mean? Or fish. You know what I mean? Well, you know it's lamb, but you know they say fish and, you know what I mean? Get your fish or whatever you want to do. Keep we're getting lamb, understand? Because it says get a lamb, alright? But to the best of our ability, we know some of the lamb ain't gonna be without blemish, or it's not gonna be how we want it, but we're in the land of our captivity, we're rehearsing, okay? Go on, read that. That's why it says judge no man of meat or how you keep the feasting, man. Don't judge him, he's rehearsing, man. Go on.
John 1 and verse 29. The next day John seeth Yahweh Shai coming unto him, and saith, Behold, the Lamb of power,
Go on.
which taketh away the sins of the world.
The Lamb of what?
The
Lamb of power that
which
taketh away the sins
of the
of
world.
the world.
And that world is Israel. Because the Israel is give me Matthew 1 and 21. Alright? He come for their sins. Matthew 1:21.
This is Matthew 1:21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahweh Shai, for he shall save his people from their sins.
And that's the point, man. He shall save his people from their sins. Go me Matthew 26 and 17. Matthew 26:17.
This is
1 Corinthians 5 and 7.
This is Matthew 26 and verse 17. Now the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Yahweh Shai. Start 16.
Where you at?
26 and 17.
1 Corinthians.
You said,
Yeah. Get up.
Matthew 26 and verse 17. Now the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Yahweh Shai, saying unto him, Where wilt thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Passover?
Yeah.
And he said, Go into the city to such a man and say unto him, The master saith, My time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at thy house with my disciples. And the disciples did as Yahweh Shai had appointed them, and they made ready the Passover.
Go on.
Now when the even was come, he sat down with the 12, and as they did eat, he said, Verily I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me.
And yeah, that's it on that still. So yeah, that's what we got, man. Around the Passover, you got people that come in to this truth, and then you got people that fall out of this truth, man. You understand? And there could be someone that's close to you, because remember this, that are gonna maybe, you know what I mean, come up against you, man. There's people that I've seen a lot of times come in this thing and then they fall out of this thing, man. But it's the all of the Most High. It's not your fault, man. Right? It's the Most High that does these things, man. Right? Read that now. I think
This
that's
is
the
the
point.
book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 5 and verse 11.
Verse 5 and verse 7.
It's like a 7.
Yeah.
Purge out therefore the old unleavened,
And yeah, go on.
that ye may be a new lump.
So that's what the Most High does. He purges out that old leaven. He purges out the people that are maybe are around you. You understand? And not just that. That's talking about obviously the leaven that could even be within the body, but it's definitely talking about take out the leaven at your house. On the Passover, you don't want no things with yeast in it. Right? There's certain E numbers you might have to look up. Certain vibes you got to do diligent search to take out the leaven, the yeast things, right? Things that have rising agents in, right? Like your baking soda, all them things can't be in the house, right? Read.
That ye may be a new lump,
So it can be a new lump.
as ye are unleavened.
Go on.
For even Christ, our Passover, is sacrificed for us.
All right, so that's how we got. He sacrificed for us. All right, we just read it in the John. All right, John. It says he's our sacrifice for us. We got to purge out that vibration. We can't bring that back in. Once you get it out, you don't want to bring that vibe back in. We want to keep that righteous vibe. All right.
First Corinthians chapter 11. Where shall I start?
Verse 24.
24.
Oh wait. Yeah, 8. Yeah, read 8.
Therefore, verse 8, therefore let us keep the feast. And not with,
So 1 Corinthians 5 and 8. Go on. Therefore what?
1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 8, therefore let us keep the feast, not with old unleavened, neither with leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth.
And that's what I'm saying. It's a malice. It's not just talking about literal living in your house. It's talking about even within the bodies, man. The Most High could just, like I said, he brings them in and he brings some of them out, man. And you might get that a lot around the feast days, man. Right? It's just not. It's heavy. It's too heavy for some people. Some people are around just because they wanna do it for the vibes, innit? They don't go to the dance hall no more. They just want to come for the feast days and shock and vibes. It's not just about that. There's more to it, right? Go and read that.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 14. Shall I start, yeah?
First 10, yeah? Yeah, start at 15.
15. 1 Corinthians 10 and 15. Where?
Chapter 21, yeah?
Yeah. I speak as to wise men. Judge ye what I say. The cup of blessing which we bless is not the communion of the blood of Hamashiach. The bread which we break is not the communion of the body of Hamashiach. For we being many are one bread and one body, for we are all partakers of that one bread.
Yeah.
Behold, Israel, after the flesh, are not they which eat of the sacrifices, partakers of the altar? What say I then? That the idol is anything, or that which is offered in sacrifice to idols is anything?
Yeah, so look, the whole point of this is talking about idol worshipping, alright? When we're dealing with the Mashiach Yahushai, it's not dealing with no idoling. People will say, oh, you're worshipping a man. Yo, we don't worship Yahushai, we worship Yahweh. In the name of the King, and in the name of Yahushai, man. Because that is his son, his only begotten son. Alright, so it's not about idol worshipping, it's about being one body with Yahushai, because he is our brother. That's what the commandment says. We have to have a king, one from among our brethren. Understand? He's from the tribe of Judah. Alright, read.
Verse 20. But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to power.
Yeah, that's why we don't do their things, man. We don't
Like
do no
Easter.
damn the Bacchus worship. We don't do no damn Easter, fam. We don't do no Ishtar with the big eggs. We don't do no damn Ramadami or the dragon, the day of the damn rabbit, the year of the rabbit or the year of the rat. We don't do none of the things, fam. What else is there, bro? Christmas, man. We don't do no damn Christmas tree with the damn tinsel and shit. We don't do none of that rubbish, man. Leprechaun day and that, the leprechauns with the we don't do none of those things, man.
The paddy
Right?
holidays.
Yeah.
The paddy days.
Yeah, paddy days, man.
Paddy day.
I don't know, man.
St. Patrick.
Alright.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Alright, go on, bro.
And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils.
Yeah.
Ye cannot drink the cup of Yahweh and the cup of devils.
Hey, what?
You cannot drink the cup of Yahweh and the cup of devils.
Yeah, man, we can't drink the cup of Yahweh and the cup of the demons, man. Go, that's it, man.
Ye cannot be partakers of Yahweh's table and the table of devils.
Can't. So give me the Corinthians 11 and 24. Yeah, bring that up.
This is
Finish at
1
29.
Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 24.
Yeah.
And when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, Take, eat, this is my body which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. After the same manner also he took the cup, and when he had supped, saying, The cup is the New Testament. This cup is the New Testament in my blood.
This cup is the New Testament in the blood. Go on.
This do ye as oft as ye drink it in remembrance of me. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show Yahweh's death till he come.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai's death till he comes.
Finish at 24.
Yeah.
Go on.
I mean 29.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. 27. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of Yahweh unworthily shall be guilty of the body of the blood of Yahweh Shai.
So yeah, so if you drink this cup, if you drink it unworthily, man, it's not good, man. Go on.
But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself.
So when you're coming to the Passover, having the good spirit on you, man. Put away the old leaven, keep a good vibration, man, because the Passover is now, the new year is now. This is the time, it's high time to awake out of sleep and put away the vibrations of this Sodom and Egypt world that we're living in, man. Babylon is due to be destroyed. Though it tarry, wait for it, man. Right? The nuclear weapons will be deployed. Understand? And when it gets deployed, you've got to be in that right spirit as in the days of Noah, man. You've been listening to the teachings if you're diligently watching us, man. Right? End it on that. Yeah. Right? Give me this one.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 81, verse 3. Blow the trumpet in the new moon.
Read it.
Blow up the trumpet in the new moon.
Blow up the trumpet in the new moons.
And in the time appointed.
And in the times appointed.
Our solemn feast day.
Our what?
Our solemn feast
Oh,
days.
yeah, so these are the new moons. This is the times when we have to blow the trumpets, man.
For this was a statute for Israel
Yeah,
and
man.
a law of Yahweh
Unto
of
Jacob.
All right, so that's why what we do, we get libations, we burn up the frankincense and myrrh, as it says in Chronicles, and we get the trumpets, man. All right, good brothers. Yes, we're gonna turn to the east. East is this way. Come up. Yeah, man. And we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Baharaka Kadash. Come, Shra.
Come, Yahshua.
We're in the month of Bib, man.
Right.
Right? We're going to give all praises, honor, and glory
Unto Yahweh,
Hashem, Yahushai, Baharaka Kadash.
That's it.
Now